Hi, I'm Sheila Maria and I am a clairvoyant medium. Happy New Year and welcome to this video which is called Can't Hear Your Spirit Guides? Well, try this. So the reason I'm doing this video is that a lot of you are feeling as though you need more guidance than you've got about your life, and I guarantee you that there is nobody better to guide you within your life than you. And that is because you are the direct connection to your spirit guides. You chose them, they've been with you often for millions of years. They are going to be more keen to speak to you than they are to anyone else about you. So accept that, even if you feel as though you've been getting mixed messages. Now, usually there's only two reasons why you get mixed messages. Number one, that you've got some interference going on, or number two, that you are doubting what you get. So if you've got some interference going on, you will be getting messages that are pushy. You will be getting guidance that makes you feel fearful. You will be getting messages that sound erratic, or maybe they're judgmental of other people. Spirit guides will never judge anyone, no matter what they have done to you, and they will never judge you. So if you do feel as though you're getting some interference, number one, no, it's not your fault. It does happen because there is a lot of astral energy flying about. And it is quite simple to rectify by having a strong intention that you only wish to speak to the highest guides of light. That is really all you need to do. So the second reason that you may be doubting what you're getting is that your mind is double guessing or second guessing what it is you get. So you've got to remember that your guides are similar to you. If you're not a very verbal person, your guides will probably not communicate with you verbally. So if you are hanging your hat on hearing them, you're probably completely missing the boat. Now, I am clearly very verbal, so the way that my guides work with me is through, I hear them. They have to be pretty loud because I'm pretty loud. So your guides, if you are somebody that is quite reserved, or you're quite introverted, or you like to think about things a lot, your guides will probably drip feed you the guidance over a period of days, and they will usually do it through nudging you rather than speaking to you. And very, very often, one of the things that your guides will do is they will give you guidance about the subject that you have asked for guidance on a few hours after you ask for the guidance. So let's say you ask for guidance about your career, okay? And you sit there and you meditate and you just don't feel that you get anything. And then you're doing the shopping. And as you're doing the shopping, you suddenly have a feeling that there is something that you need to do, okay, or that you shouldn't worry about it. That is the way that your guides work, okay? And that is because we have within our crown, we have several channels of communication. It's like a satellite station that our guides use. We all have a spirit channel, we all have an angel channel. Some people have elemental channels or fairy channels, and some people have galactic or trance channels, okay? So your guides will only be able to get the message through to you if your crown is open. If your crown is shut, it is because for whatever reason, your energy field has sort of become tense. And it's a bit like, you know, reversing into a car parking space if you're a nervous driver. The fact that you're a nervous driver, I guarantee you, makes it more likely that you're going to hit something than if you were relaxed. It's a bit like trying to make love. If you're not turned on, it's not going to be easy. So you've got to be open and you've got to be relaxed. So if you are asking your guides for guidance at a time when you are desperate or upset or very frustrated, it's very, very likely that the receptors within your crown and those channels have actually become disconnected. And what happens is that those channels can connect to what we call Asheville plane. An Asheville plane equates to no man's land. And it basically is like having a radio station and the signal just keeps changing and you get lots of static. So if you're asking about something and you're worried or you're scared or you're overwhelmed or you're angry or you're tired, then you just may not be, your channels may not be connected to your guides. And so they can be giving you the guidance and you actually can't receive it. So the other reason that you may not hear what your guides give you is because they have stepped back, and that is usually excuse me, that is usually if it just isn't time for you to know the next step. Okay, but that's usually they will guide you wherever you are. And I'm sorry, I have COVID right now. So the other thing we're going to say is that guides work with you in two ways. They work with you energetically and they work with you practically. So there are times when you're in a situation and there is nothing that can be done. There is just nothing that can be done. And if there is nothing that can be done, they will support you energetically, even if they cannot help you practically. So let's say you're trying to apply for a job, or you're trying to get pregnant, or you're trying to sell your house, right? There's a lot of trying going on. And you're asking for guidance, and maybe you're getting mixed messages, maybe there's just no sign of things revolving, maybe you're waiting for test results, and you're very anxious. They will support you energetically to keep you calm, to keep you grounded. They will also guide you to turn to people for support that are on the earth plane with you, whether that is a professional such as a doctor or a solicitor or a mental health worker or a friend. They will guide you to tell someone how you're feeling or to ask for help if they can't practically change anything real time. Okay, so if you can't hear your guides, those are the two reasons why you may not be hearing them. Guides communicate with you through energy, and energy is received by you in the way you can receive it at any time. So as you can see, I'm not very well. So the way that my guides worked with me when I was really, really poorly was when I was asleep through my dreams. They would also communicate with me through my feelings because I didn't have the energy to hear them. So let's say that you are very, very anxious about something, and so for that reason you don't feel that you are getting any guidance that you can trust. Your guides will communicate with you in a way that gets the message through. So it may be that you hear a story and somebody else is going through or has gone through or has dealt with what you are asking about. They will always get the guidance to you, usually within 72 hours. That's usually the amount of time it takes. And when you get the guidance, you will know, even if you're very logical when you go, that's just a coincidence, there will be part of you that knows that that was a sign. So I remember many years ago having a lot of fear about a custody battle I was going through. And I wasn't a practicing clairvoyant at that point. I certainly couldn't afford a reading with anyone, not anyone that would have helped me. And I turned on the radio and I heard, don't worry about a thing, every little thing will be all right. And I knew that that was a sign I stopped worrying, okay? And I wasn't hearing my guides at that point. So you will know when you've been given guidance. You will know. And you've got to remember, or I'm asking you to remember, that you are with your guides at a higher level. There's my baby. You are with your guides at a higher level. So they are speaking to you in the way that you are telling them to. Okay? Okay, so first of all, if you really can't hear your guides, number one, and this has come from Orion, respect your own energy daily. Do not give more than you have got to give. Do not force yourself to go into work if you cannot. Do not force yourself to do things for people that you do not have the energy to do, because if you do not have enough energy for yourself, you will not have enough energy to hear your guides. Listen to the silent promptings. What do you suspect you should act upon? Or what do you suspect you should stop doing? What do you know there is something that you should start? Okay, we do know when we shouldn't be doing something, and that's not about judgment. We know when there is something that we now shouldn't be doing, or we know that there's something that we should do. Maybe we're ignoring that. It's not about the message, it's about the fact that you are getting those promptings. Whenever you get like a nudge, which is like, look at this, notice this, it is your guides. They come into your aura and they literally go like that to make you go like that energetically. Recognize the energy that is very familiar to you. So you've got at least one guide that when you die, they will be the guide that takes you from your guardian angel, and after your life review, your guide will reorientate you around the spirit world. And that is usually not an angel, it's one guide, and it is your main guide. I call it your Bardo guide because Bardo is the state in between lives, and it is the guide that you spend all your time with when you are not in a physical body. So their energy is very, very, very familiar to you. You may not know their name. You will have a sense that there is a being with you that is male or female, right? And really, obviously, they're neither. And you may not know whether they're a Native American Indian or whether they were a monk. You may not know what they're called, but you will have a sense of their energy. And what we're asking you to do is look back at times that you were in trouble. There will have been an awareness that you had that you were not alone. And even if you couldn't tell who it was, you will have been aware that there was a being that is walking with you all the time. And it's an energy which is very familiar to you. So recognize the energy, because that energy is there all the time. And it's not just energy, it is a being that is connected to you and is with you in every single lifetime and between your lives, and usually has been with you for millions and millions of years. Okay, so the other thing is, set aside 5 minutes before you go to sleep and ask for advice on life issues. Allow your guides free rein to be as straight as they need to be. So I do this when I'm in bed. You know, I've had cuddles with my husband and I'm going off to sleep, and I will just in my mind say, Orion, what do I need to know about X, Y, and Z? And I'm not actually asleep at that point, but my mind is very relaxed. I'm all cuddled up. I'm very comfortable. I can receive whatever he wants to give me. Okay. So once you're in bed, you're tucked up, as long as you've had no alcohol, that is when your guides can come right close to you. And you know, you're going to go to sleep. If you don't hear them, the worst thing that happens is you're just going to go to sleep. That is the best time to hear your guides. Now, the other thing is, they will not make you promises, no matter how much you want them to, about long-term outcomes that are right out of reach right now. So let's say you are pinning your hopes on a prediction that's been made for 3 years' time, right? Your guides will not give you that. They will not give you an overall outcome, because you've got 4 timelines available at every minute. You've got an astral timeline, a soul timeline, a spirit timeline, and a collective timeline, okay? So there are 4 outcomes in any area of your life at any minute. So if your guides may say you're going to be all right, you're going to come through this, everything will work out, everything will evolve. They may reassure you, but they will not make you promises that cannot be kept. They may say you are going to be fine. Now, you may take that to mean this is going to happen. That isn't what they said, okay? They will reassure you about the way that you will feel, or the way that you will cope, or how strong you are, or that you are loved, or that you are supported, but they will not make you promises that are not imminently possible. They won't do that, because you're here to co-create your reality, not to have it predicted, okay? The final thing we're going to say to you is guides are very practical as well as emotional on every topic. They will tell you what you need to do, and they will also tell you how to view it. They will tell you the most logical aspect that you can deal with now, and they will help you to perceive it in a way which allows you to grow. So what they will not do is tell you things that are fluffy, okay? They will be down to earth. And if it's not time for you to know, you will get a sense of, I'm just not sure what I'm getting. And sometimes the reason that you're not meant to know is that if you knew, you wouldn't learn the lesson, and that would then cancel it out. You'd have to go through it all again. I promise you that your guides are there, and you've got at least one main guide that is with you in every single life you've ever had, and you're with this guide 24 hours a day. Your guide is with you right now. They're usually behind your right hand shoulder, about here. Okay, and they're just waiting, and you need to tell your guides you love them, and you need to thank them as well, because they do a lot more for us than we know. If you would like to learn more about working with your guides, or maybe seeing your guides, or working with the guides for other people, or reading soul paths, come and look at my website, www.sheilamaria.com/work with me. Lots of love from me, lots of love from them. We love you. Goodbye for now.